which are fired out of the AR-15 in its variants, as well as a 7.62 round, which is what an AK-47 would shoot. The breaching tools that I had asked for are 511 multi-breacher entry tools. These are going to be the Halligan bars that I had just mentioned a minute ago for doors that open out. The battery rams that we're asking for are Blackhawk dynamic entry rams. If you'll notice, the only reason that we're asking for 17 is that we currently have one with the department. We've had that ram for over 10 years now. The cost for the rams and the Halligans are at $6,500 for 18 and for 17, roughly. Lastly, we must pray that a tragic event like this would happen in Uvalde never occurs here in the city. The community is obligated. We have an obligation to protect the community, and with the proper tools, we can safely do it and thwart any type of attack that might occur. Please consider these requests.
Council, these items are not in this particular budget, but it is, I've read some stuff and done some more research. It's possible that the state of Texas has passed some legislation that would provide a ballistic shield for every officer in the state. But that being said, you know, that you never know when you might need these things. And one of the things that Daniel indicated to us too, a rifle is specific to the shooter, and so it's not as easy as checking one out, you know, without being zeroed to that particular shooter. So it is something, you know, you never need it until you really need it. And these kind of tools, we put them on an even plane with some of the bad guys that are out there. So I'd ask you to consider that, and I think it'd make our citizens feel safer as well to know that we're equipped, so that each officer would have this in his patrol car. Should it need a ride, he's got it, didn't have to go back to get that. And the hope is too, if the state of Texas does go through this, we'll keep our receipts and perhaps we can get reimbursed for that. But I'll do some checking, but maybe sometime next year before this thing actually comes through. And I think there's a need for our police department to be prepared. So anyway, just so that you know, it's not in there, Fred.
What we can do, Mayor and Council, we can do this with this budget. I'm sure we can. We can find the dollars within the budget to fund them this year. And if we, as Mayor mentioned, if we find out between now and October that they are going to purchase shields, I think the question is, you know, how long do we wait to buy the stuff? And I don't know that we want to wait for the state to make a decision, right? So I think maybe come October 1st, we purchase and we take it out of this existing budget, and then if we happen to get reimbursed for something, then we will. But we can find the dollars in this budget.
Daniel, anything else?
I have a question.
Council? Yes, Councilwoman Hernandez.
On these items, did you say, Mr. Reyes, that it is possible that these items can be purchased before?
We would ask on that end is we could look at purchasing them. I don't know, I'd have to look at this where we stand year to date on the budget. I know it's pretty tight right now for this year, but I would like to see come October 1st, that'd be the first thing we purchase is, I say first thing, it would be something that you guys hopefully by that time would have an idea of cost, and we would just go out and buy it and just purchase them October 1st, which is.
Is it possible?
You could, actually, I think on that end, just keep in mind, council, just so you guys know, remember some of the expenses with stuff, and all some of the things we've gone with stuff. I'd ask if we could wait till October 1st, but we'll buy them first thing coming October.
Mr.
Councilwoman,
Flores,
Garza.
on this is the total price for everything, right? It's not each.
No, ma'am, that's the way it's listed as 10 rifles, $87.50.
Each.
No, ma'am, that's what.
Oh, right.
10 of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Just so we're looking at 42,000 roughly.
For everything.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay.
Is it possible if we could at least get half of them right now?
We can do that,
Yes, yes,
I just when, next year's audit
I mean,
comes out, I
I
just
don't
want
want,
you guys.
I don't want for them not to have anything right now.
Too surprised, I would ask that you, again, we wait until October one, but if we need to feel it's an urgent thing, we need to purchase, because we are what, first, it'll be August first, so we got August, September, yeah, 2 months. But we can do that, we can understand that, as a council, we have some expenses we didn't anticipate, this fiscal year.
Mr. Mayor.
We'll certainly keep that in mind. Councilman Trevino?
We could have a budget amendment if that's what y'all would like to see.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Flores, yes, the safety and security of citizens is important, and it's gonna be important, and speaking for myself, and I think in behalf of the council as well. So, we wanna make sure that you guys have the necessary tools and training in case of a tragedy, or to make sure that your job is performed to the T. So, Mr. Reyes, what are we talking about when we look at AR funding, ARP funds for something like this?
ARP funding, I don't know.
Is there, I mean, I've heard conversations on that.
I think there's 4
is-
criteria. I don't know that this falls under that criteria, but I can verify. We can always, we should receive some funding additionals, come August, I believe, we talked August. So if it qualifies for ARP funding, yeah, that may be definitely something, I'd have to look at the criteria, because I don't know that this was, people stretch ARP stuff, so we can try to stretch it out.
Yeah, we need to look into it, because I believe that the county has touched on that. Am I-
They usually, I wonder how they did that.
Yeah, so if we can do our research on that.
It would have, I have to know the criteria. There's only, of course, the county criteria and our criteria, I think are a little different, but I can verify that, I can verify.
Good. So, Mr. Flores, like I said, that's our main priority. We wanna be able to, as beyond this presentation was, and when we're moving forward with her, the transparency of the department, and to make sure you guys have tools and the necessary, resources and training to perform your job to the team.
So they would we be able to get this like already, like not wait for,
We'd have to amend.
We're gonna work, Fred's gonna work on
because I mean,
that.
school's right around the corner or something.
We have to amend the budget, again, we can chance to look at where we are year to date, and if there's money in the budget now, we can do that. I will look at ARP, I know that the first tranche of money is pretty much encumbered, but we expect the second tranche of money next, so we can look at those options, but I mean, it shouldn't be anything that should take too long, I'll put it that way.
And this is the only thing y'all need, Brandon?
Councilman
The only thing y'all
Donovan?
are lacking?
The only thing I see if we wait, you know, if every city every city in Texas or United States is gonna have this kind of meeting, and we are all gonna place an order of this certain items, that there's gonna be a back order, a shortage, you know, so I think we can't be sitting on our hands waiting on this, cause yes, it can happen here, you know, but my deal is if we wait on it, you know, that's just that anything else that's been out there, there's been a shortage of fabricating items once it's been depleted. So
Yes, sir.
I'm just, you know, no telling what the, you know, what kind of, you know, timeline there is to even make some more.
Yep.
Good point. Good point. Thank you very much, council. Ms. Flores, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well done. We'll work on that. We'll get back to everybody. All right, next up is,
Next one is Parks and Maintenance.
Okay, Graham, you're up.
Evening, Council. All right, this is, first screen that you're seeing here is just a little information on my department for the Parks Department, which is myself and 2 members, 2 crews that I have. We got 1 opening, and I have a scheduled reservation clerk for all my my permits and rentals and so on and so forth. We do maintain 43 acres, 43 acres with us, just 2 personnel for right now. Second one is the other screen, is the staff for my maintenance. Facility department works daily to provide facilities that are safe, comfortable, efficient. We dedicate ourselves to provide professional service that repair, maintain, and modernize the city facilities for the city of Pearsall, Texas. Under the city facilities, we maintain City Hall, City Annex, Public Library, Police Department, Service Center, and the sports complex. That, I only have 2 employees. This is, the next item is up is my department budget increases. Under chemicals, I have a budget of $3,000 last year. I increased it up to $4,800, an increase of $1,800 due to the increase of the drought. Under 211, which is the janitorial, I was budgeted for $20,000. I'm asking for $21,500, an increase of $1,500 for COVID and disinfecting of all the facilities. Other operational supplies, operational, under 216 is the budgeted this year. Last year was $25,000. I'm asking for $27,480, an increase of $2,480. That's basically, most of that would be for scheduling software for our parks and rentals and so on and so forth. The other line item, 309, is other professional services. I was budgeted $6,900. I'm asking $19,500, an increase of $12,600. Again, for services to repair our HVACs, welding services, technical support, termites, and all kinds of other stuff that we got under this. The next one would be the summer program, line item 310. I was budgeted $4,800 this year. I'm asking $9,750, an increase of $4,950. That's in case that we do bring the summer rec program this next summer. Next item is 316, utilities and communication. I'm budgeted $42,400. I'm asking $46,000, an increase of $3,600. Reason, more activities can be held at the park. Hopefully we don't go back into this COVID, which will get shut down again. Last one was 401, buildings and maintenance. I got budgeted for $23,000. I'm asking for $35,650, an increase of $12,650. Plain and simple, for the new structurals, access control for the new for the CD Annex. So the total budget for this year was $511,645. With the new edit this year would be we're budgeting $463,771. So that'd be a decrease of $47,000 from this year to last year. That's what the increases that I have. As far as my wish list, for the facility maintenance, we're trying to improve our HVAC systems, which means for the police department, the library, and the city annex. We only had 2 vendors that provided their bids in. We had one was for $102,313. The other one was for $68,909. I recommended that we go with Maverick Heat and Cool. The other wish list was the playground equipment for the Victor Torino Sports Complex and for Moreno Park. We had 3 vendors applied, and the ones that I recommend that we go was for Craftman's commercial playground for $147,000. We also had an equipment that we needed. It's another John Deere Gator. The local vendor from here from Pearsall sent in their bid for $7,968. The next slide shows you my mission, our department values, and our vision for my department. The next slide is how long does you might be asking, how long do an air conditioner last? You can read there, I got you some examples there. They last between 15 to 20 years. Also on this here, we're going to be doing cleaning air ducts. Gives you an information on what cleaning air ducts is. So the facility description would be at the city annex, one across the street. That AC unit was installed in 1985. The 2 other units were installed with the renovations of the city annex in 2006. I'm proposing that we install one AC unit and clean the air ducts also in the facility. For the police department, it's got two AC units, and they were installed in 2014. Both outside units are in good condition. One will need to be repaired as far as a small leak in it. And remove and replace the air handler. What is an air handler? Air handler is the blower. At the library, we have 3 units, and they were all installed in 2013. I recommend that we install one AC unit, which would be for the main hall area, and clear the air ducts. The concession stand. I recommend that we do at the sports complex. Again, the sports complex was constructed 1993. I would ask for the improvement to be done to the concession stand to install a ductless AC units in there. Again, in the back side of the next slide, it gives you a definition of what a ductless air conditioner is. For my playground equipment, come down to the sports complex. That playground equipment was installed in 1993. Equipment will not pass the public playground safety standards and guidelines, and these are the reasons for trip hazard. As you can see on one of the slides there, we have serious injury resulting in temporary disability, and we have surface material is inadequate. In Moreno Park, that particular playground equipment was installed in the year 2000. Equipment will also not pass the public playground safety standards and guidelines. Hazards are trips, barriers and guardrails resulting in temporary disability, surface material inadequate, and exposed base concrete. And the last item that I have would replace my 1995 Gator, which is dire need the repairs for new starter, oil seal, and replace it has right now needs to be replaced, drive idlers. Mind you, I've had it since 1995, and the original hours are 4,855 hours in it.
Yeah, I think we need a new.
I think it's still in the
Any questions, council?
Right, dude. When this first was originally brought up about the air conditioning and all that, it was all lumped up in one, and I guess we were on the impression that $100,000 figure from Maverick in the 80s, whatever it was, the other one, was just for the concession stand.
Yeah.
And then my problem was, why are we keeping an air conditioned, concession stand, cool when the windows are open?
Right.
So I can see a ductless one, that's not a problem for that one. And now it's mentioned, that the other buildings are needing that.
Right.
Of course, we all want to, especially to get away from this heat.
Yes,
So I can see all that. The playground, I know it's expensive, and yes, we need it. And I know I brought it up to the CEO's attention before, and that goes to say that we probably need to look at an assistant city manager as well, because when I visit with the city manager, he gets phone calls right and left, and sometimes the same person, or, whatever, and he doesn't have the time of the day to look at some of this stuff. What I'm trying to get to is, like on your department, the Texas Parks and Wildlife, we looking out for grants and stuff, researching, reaching out to them. I mean, maybe some of this could be covered,
Sure.
grants, So, they're out there for us, those grants are out there for us to search and try to grab some to help taxpayers and us to ease our, decisions on making decisions on our budgets. So, that's something that I'm asking that maybe we can look for the Texas Parks and Wildlife grants as well for some of that wish list, especially the playground stuff. But yes, we do need them, we need to replace them, I delivered that Gator to you back in that, 95, and I was a young buck there, so, so I can see, we need one, so I can see some of that stuff needs to be replaced, so.
Council, is there any, I think part of the playground equipment, I don't know if it's ready for demolition, Ram, or that's something that you think that needs to happen?
It would have to be done.
What I'm saying is, should we have it up still, even knowing that even if it's gonna replace it immediately, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, I would, I'd try to see if we could replace at least one and demolish the other one, but of course, you know, I would probably replace the one in, Complex, since that area is being used more than, one in the park.
Part of what we wrestled with is whether we should demolish them and not replace them. And that's part of what, I know he's mentioned, Graham's mentioned, you may not have heard of